What's eating you? Psychology Eats is here to help you. What's eating you? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Psychology Eats. So, what's eating you? Well, today, I am talking about Love's Life's son, Darius. Now, like I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I did a video and I was like, where is Darius? Darius has not been on YouTube in over a month, and I was just curious, like, where is Darius? The very next day, he posted a video with his mom, and then the following day, he posted a second video. And in that second video, he, Love said to the audience, Darius bought a pocketbook, y'all. And it went on, so they talked about this pocketbook that Darius purchased, which was $1,200, by the way. A little bag, too. It was little. But I think it was a Louis Vuitton. I'm not sure. I think it might have been a Louis. But anyway, he purchased a purse. Now, I was more shocked about the $1,200 price tag than anything else. But I want to talk about it because the other channels have picked it up that Darius is carrying a purse. In that video, Darius talked about purchasing some other female items, clothing, that he is polished his nails and, nail polish, and that he wears makeup, or he has worn makeup and potentially will be starting to wear more makeup. So you can see the concern on Love's face, and the just like wondering and trying to understand her son. So I want to talk a little bit about Gen Z. Gen Z is the term used for people born between 1990s and 2010. So Darius is a Gen Z, Generation Z. So that's the label that this generation has. And with every generation, there are barriers to break. Each generation breaks a barrier, breaks a barrier, breaks a barrier. And pretty much that is what this Generation Z is doing. It is breaking barriers as far as gender roles. And so what Darius is doing is really he's following the trend. He's following the trend. Yeah, so Darius is following the trend. So I wouldn't say that Darius is a trendsetter as far as carrying a purse and wearing women's clothing as a male. That has been done many times before. And I don't want people to mistake and say that he's a transgender or a transvestite or a cross dresser, because that is not for anyone to put that label on him. He has to say, that's what I am, right? To be fair. What he pretty much has said is that why should women only be allowed to carry a purse? I have things that I need to put, that my pockets don't hold, right? So I know that there's a trend in stores for men. I just bought my husband a crossover bag because I was tired of carrying all his crap in my purse. So I got him a Coach crossover bag, which he loves, and he can put all his junk in it, right? that is a barrier that has been broken. You know, men carry backpacks. So Darius's bag that I put, I'm going to put maybe a clip of the video. It is very much a very dainty, girly bag. And so that is part, I think, why Blove was concerned. And like, I think in part of the video she asked him like, what are you doing, Darius? Like, she had some concerns about it, like any mom would. And when we think about, you know, I know Darius is like, this is who I am, this is who I'm gonna be, I don't care. You know, I'm living my truth, I'm gonna go outside the box. Okay. But there is some concern to that because Generation Z, most of them are still dependent on their parents. So they live in a bubble. And they live in that protective bubble of college, their parents. But the world is so much bigger than your bubble and outside of your bubble. And for some kids who are kind of showcasing themselves the way Darius is, it's dangerous that they don't have a beloved mom who's saying, Darius, I love you. Be who you are. I just want my son to be happy. Unfortunately, a lot of kids don't have that. And if they presented themselves the way Darius is, they will be ostracized, possibly beaten, harassed. I mean, it's not pretty what happens to kids who maybe want to express themselves in that way. So I think Darius is a trendsetter as far as opening up on YouTube on a channel that was really built by his mother's subscribers who are older women, probably, 50 and up, 40 and up, or whatever. And so from those generations, a man carrying a dainty little purse like that, for most people in that generation, is not acceptable. It's just not. And so although we can support, and I support Darius on his journey, wherever that journey leads him, it's not for us to say. I work with kids who are struggling with their sexuality, struggling with the way they want to express themselves. And because they get such pushback from their family and friends and people in general, will lead them to depression, anxiety, and suicide. And so if I'm working with a family and they're just fed up with their kid because they're expressing themselves against normal gender roles, I say, would you rather have your kid dead, or not in your life, because you're not accepting of what's happening with them? So it's tough. It's tough, and I can see it in Blove's eyes in the video. It's tough. And they made some reference to like Nate is kind of struggling with the direction Darius is going in his life. But I just want to say to Darius, be careful. Be careful. Everything that glitters is not gold. And many people are very homophobic. And I know you haven't labeled yourself gay, but the presentation could or could not be there. So be careful of your surroundings. Really, you're away from your family, away from your people you grew up with. You're in a different state. And I'm not sure about how Arizona is. I know if you lived in New York or a bigger city, more trendy, more urban, I wouldn't be so worried about you because there are going to be so many people like you, Gen Zs, who are expressing themselves in that way. But I'm not sure about Arizona and how safe you may be there. just be careful. I know you are trying to figure out yourself and create whatever this, images and whatever makes you feel comfortable. But there are so many people who are against it. Same way in generations past. Um, when generations broke barriers, there's always pushback. And there's always a chance that you could be hurt because you're going against social norms. So that's really all I got to say about Darius and his new purse. I know I wish I could afford me a $1,200 purse. I'm just saying. So that's it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.